guys, it's Courtney here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. We have finally put this horrible year of 2020 behind us. Thank God, because I've had enough. I'm sure you guys have had enough too. Hopefully 2021 is a prosperous year for all of us. I wish you all growth and blessings. In the spirit of New Year's resolutions, today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my best tips to grow your healthiest hair. So this video is kind of aimed towards the new naturals and the ladies and gentlemen who are having just a little bit of trouble in their journey. But of course, as always, everyone is welcome to watch. And if you guys have any comments or even suggestions that you want to leave to help in the comments, feel free to do so. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop babbling and let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to have a lot of information coming at you guys pretty fast. If you want to take notes, this might be a good time to get a notepad and a pen, or maybe just have the notes app on your phone handy and ready. Tip number one is coming at you guys right now. Tip number one is going to be to find a way to retain your length. Protect your ends. A lot of times we think that our hair is not growing, and in fact that's not the case. The problem is actually that your ends are breaking off, and as you know, these are the oldest parts of your hair, so they need just a little bit more TLC than the rest of your hair. The best way that I can tell you guys to combat this breakage is to moisturize your hair daily, and that can be done with just water. So if you don't have a spray bottle, today's the day that you need to go get one, okay? Yay! Also, when you're styling your hair, you want to either be using the lock method, that's leave-in oil cream, or the LCO method, which is leave-in cream and oil. And depending on your hair type, one of those ways is usually the best way to lock in the maximum amount of moisture so that for a few days that your hair is good. Also, there is a common misconception that because your hair is curly, you can't get split ends. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but that is not true at all. That is absolutely false. Split ends can happen on curly hair too, and they travel up your hair shaft and damage your hair. So it's very important that you're getting or giving yourself trims every 3 to 4 months. And I know how hard that is because I really hate cutting my hair personally, but the goal is always health over length, and usually when your hair is healthy, you will start to get the length that you're looking for. Last but not least, a little bit of information on this tip. Make sure you have a night routine, which means wrap your hair up at night or get a satin pillowcase. I actually have all three. I kind of just grab whatever I have in the moment. Right now I'm using this. Sometimes I use my Grace Eleyea slap, whatever I have handy. And I actually even, like if I'm just chilling around my house, usually I have my hair wrapped up some kind of way or protected, and that's just because, you know, you never know where you're gonna fall asleep and take a nap. Make sure your hair's protected. It's gonna be a nice surprise for my boyfriend when we move in together. He just sees me come home, you know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just chilling on the couch with a slap on. Tip number 2 is something that I have been drilling into y'all since the very beginning. So if you have been watching me since I started this channel and you're not doing this, go ahead and just slap yourself on the wrist a couple times, because honestly at this point you deserve it. Tip number 2 is to deep condition your hair and give yourself protein treatments regularly. I have a few videos on this. I'm going to link them above and below if you guys want to check them out. You should be deep conditioning your hair every week. Sorry, I had to catch my breath. You should be deep conditioning your hair once a week, and you should be giving yourself a protein treatment once a month. This balance is going to make sure your hair stays healthy and beautiful, and it's not shedding too much or too dry. Just everything you need as long as you're doing these 2 things. Tip number 3 is really gonna hurt the girlies, especially after a breakup, and I'm sorry, but you have to cut the color out. Cut out the box dye, cut out the salon dye, cut out the bleach. Anytime you bleach or dye your hair, you are chemically altering it, which in turn leads to dryness, and as we know, dryness leads to breakage. There's a alternatives if you're somebody who just absolutely cannot let the color go. I have a couple videos on that as well. I'm going to link those right here. You can use L'Oreal Colorista hair makeup, hair wax, hair chalk. There's so many different ways that you guys can play around with your hair color without causing permanent damage and making that commitment to have to work twice as hard to keep your hair moisturized. Tip number 4 is to stop over manipulation. Natural hair is really, really fragile, especially for those of us who have extremely fine hair strands or hair texture. So continuous brushing or restyling the hair can cause breakage. I know, it seems like everything can cause breakage. Just bear with me. This is technically for those people who like to tie their hair up in a top knot or a really tight bun every single day. If that is you,
stop it. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. You gotta let your hair breathe and relax and stop stressing your scalp. Just let your hair be. Protective styles are also a really, really good way to combat this if you feel like you just kind of can't deal with your natural hair down in its natural state. So that's things like mini braids, mini twists, hairstyles like that. It's going to keep your hair moisturized for an extended amount of time without you having to restyle it. Also, if you are using heat tools on your hair on a regular basis, you got to stop that too. You're giving yourself heat damage more than likely, and heat damage is irreversible, so eventually you're just going to have to grow that hair out and cut it off. Anyway, try to keep your hair straightening or use of heat tools down to a couple times a year. I haven't straightened my hair in about 3 years. I've been with my boyfriend 3 years. He's never seen me with my hair straight. And no, he doesn't ask. Isn't that nice when you get those people who just don't bother you about straightening your hair? Tip number 5, get you some growth supplements, girl. There are so many on the market right now, and even from the very beginning of my hair journey. I've been taking biotin, and the one that I'm currently taking right now is the Nature's Bounty Optimal Solutions Extra Strength Hair, Skin, and Nails. And this one is argan oil infused. This is what the bottle looks like if you guys want to go purchase it yourselves. And if you're somebody who just really hates taking pills, I have a lot of friends like that. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but it is what it is. This also comes in a gummy form, so you have options. Now, I know there are people out there who have issues taking biotin as far as what it does to their skin. I've heard people say that it makes them a little bit oily. Some people it makes breakout. If you're going to try this, I recommend while you're taking the pills, you're also drinking a lot of water. And just give it a couple weeks, see what it does, see if you get the results you're looking for. And if it has negative results, just obviously back off of it. Another option that you guys have is growth oils. Again, I still use this to this day, and that is black castor oil. And I am actually using the Jamaican mango and lime black castor oil and coconut blend. This is what the bottle looks like. So I seal my hair with this now, and I also rub it in my scalp. There's a lot of benefits that black castor oil has for your hair. I'm just going to read some off for you really quick. Jamaican black castor oil is used to moisturize, thicken, strengthen, and rapidly increase hair growth. It increases blood flow to the scalp, supplying valuable nutrients to the hair follicles. Jamaican black castor oil will also prevent hair breakage, dandruff, eczema, dry, and itchy scalps. And true story, I actually recommended Jamaican black castor oil to a friend who was suffering from alopecia, and it went away. Y'all gotta get that stuff today. Tip number 6 is probably going to be the easiest thing for you guys to do out of all of these tips. Tip number 6 is to sleep. Sleep is not something that I hear talked about enough in the natural community, but it is vital for your hair health and growth. Another Google tip for the girls: a good and restorative night's sleep is required for the protein synthesis. I promise I can read, y'all. A good and restorative night's sleep is required for the protein synthesis of the hair, plus the release of enzymes and growth hormones that are necessary for overall hair health. There you have it. that is all I have for you guys today. As always, thank you so much for watching, and for those of you guys who made it all the way through, please be sure to leave a comment below and let me know if I taught you guys something today, or even if you have any of your own extra tips that you want to leave for the girlies and guys trying to grow out their natural manes. Also, a quick announcement. I'm going to try really hard to start posting twice a week. I'm not sure if I want to do that on Tuesdays and Fridays or Wednesdays and Fridays, but as soon as I know, I will let you guys know, and that is it. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.